Hi everyone, my name is Piterpakulski. Today we'll be talking about financial model of a yoga studio, about a very important question, one of the most interesting questions when the financial model is about to be done. Lots of entrepreneurs ask just one simple question: how much financing I need to start my business? And today we'll be talking about this: how much money we need to start the business. So this is the core subject of our video. So if you find this information valuable, you might give us a like, subscribe our channel, share this video with your friends. Also, you can order a financial model from scratch for your unique business idea. We can help you with that. And what I would like to start with. The first thing is that you can't calculate the amount of financing without building the cash flow statement. So first of all, you have to build the cash flow statement. You have to finalize all your revenues, direct costs, payroll, fixed costs, taxes, investments. So you have to create automate all the lines which form the cash flow statement. So cash flow statement is 100% automatic form. You don't have to put manually inputs, revenue parameters inside of cash flow statement. So this is a completely automated table. So this is the first rule. The second rule is that when you are done with the cash flow statement and when you're working with financing, you have to the last line of cash flow statement, cash balance at the end of the period, so this line must always be positive or equal to zero. If cash balance at the end of the period is negative, like here, this means that we have a cash gap, and this means that we don't have enough money to start the business. So we need to put some additional financing, for example equity, loan, business partners money, or whoever. So this means that if cash balance at the end of the period is somewhere inside the timeline goes negative, this means that we have a cash gap, we have a problem, and we have to add some financing. So this is the second rule. The third very important rule is that when we speak about financing, lots of entrepreneurs make mistake they calculate only amount of financing that they need during the investment stage, but they forget, for example, that when business starts, when operating activity starts, you may face some operating losses like here. And for these losses you will need some additional financing. For example, here we have the revenues, we have expenses during the first 2 months of operating activity, but in this case expenses are higher than revenues and we have operating losses, and this means that we have to create some additional financing to cover all these losses during the first 2 months of operating activity, because we have problems with that. So the first way of calculating the amount of financing is very simple. It is manual way. For example, we have only our money from our pocket. We just look at the cash balance at the end of the period, and if it is negative, we just put this number with an opposite side. So we just take, so this is the first. Then we travel through the cash balance at the end of the period. Then we see here the minus. Then we go here. Then we see minus here. We take an opposite sign. So now we can just create the total for this line. Here it is. I've just created the total, and now we know that we need this amount of financing to start the business. Also, we may add a loan. For example, in June 2022 we may add for example a loan. So we may have two types of financing. For example, I would like to take a $50,000 loan. So this is the interest rate, this is the term of the loan, this is the grace and period for principal and interest. So I'm just adding a loan. I took the loan. Here is the payments for interest and principal. But here we also see some minus values, and we start adding additional financing. So now we can go to the end of our timeline and see how much we need, how much loan financing we need. We can create an additional table. So we'll take the numbers from the end of our cash flow statement. So here we've calculated the amount of financing, but we calculated this number manually because, for example, if we create some new scenarios, so for example, if I let's say new on, for example, 20%. So I would like to create some new scenario. I will go here. I will see that I still have a negative cash balance at the end of the period, and I need some additional financing. And I don't see it here because my system of calculation of financing is not automized. So how can I create the automized way of calculating the amount of financing? So let me show you. So I just copy the timeline. So what I will do, I will just take the result from operating activity plus result from investment activity plus loan minus principal minus interest. Then I will extrapolate this formula to February. Then I will add previous month Then I will extrapolate this formula to the right. Then what I will do, I will use minimum function, and I will find the minimum value in this timeline. So what I will do now, I will just go to the cash flow statement, put heroes, but now I will just put equal, take minus sign, go to the end of this line and put this value here. So as you can see, I have minus here. Then we take this value, press enter, and here we go. Now we've automized the amount of financing. So here is mathematical 0, and now, for example, this is a new structure, automized structure of financing. For example, if I would like to take the loan, for example, $20,000 instead of 50, here it is. We have 0 here. We can see how the amount of financing changed. Then, for example, if we would like to create a new scenario, for example, I would like to decrease the revenue on 10%. Let's say it will be 70% of our basic values. So I decrease the average check, for example. So I can see the changing values here, mathematical 0 here, and I can see the total amount of financing. For example, if I would like to add a loan like this, we can see how the numbers changed here, how numbers changed here, mathematical 0 here. So, and now we can easily create lots and lots of numerous amount of scenarios. We can see how much money we need in this case, in that case. We don't have to retype huge amounts of data here each time we create a new scenarios, because people usually make mistakes when they create new scenarios. To avoid these all these mistakes, you can just create the formulas like I've shown you in this video. If you find this video valuable, you may give us a like, subscribe our channel, share this video with your friends. Also, you can order financial model from scratch for your unique business idea. Next video I will show you the final overview of Yoga Studio financial model. So see you next videos. Thank you and bye.